What up? What up? It's your host, Uriah, for the Hub of Fantasy Football. Sitting next to me, as always, I got my co-host, Foley.
Hello, and we are, of course, missing our other co-host because of this lame reason called work. So I would just encourage everyone, like and subscribe, comment, help us get those ad dollars rolling in so we don't have to worry about this silly thing called work. Also, if you want to sponsor, that's an option too to help us out.
And this is really good that you kind of weighed into this. You know what I was doing this morning?
What's that?
Well, I was riding around and on my job, and I was like, you know what? I really want my nut right now. And that got me started thinking, and I just happened to roll into a Dollar General, and who knew you can get your nut at Dollar General. And of course, I'm talking about Zagnut, the official sponsor of today's podcast, that Foley will be tasting sometime during this. So
I'm scared.
I'll hand it to him. And I really don't. I used to love these as a kid, so I really don't know how they are now. But anyway, moving on. Let's get
We do have a co-sponsor today, by the way.
Oh, what's that?
Which is Evan. Evan was unable to join us today, but he did want to sponsor today's episode just to get his message out. Foley bad. Foley bad.
As always. So we had our, I guess it would be third slate or second slate. Third slate of preseason. Anything just crazy off the top of your head?
Stetson Bennett looked good. That's for whatever reason, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I've been on Stafford watch all preseason. Is he going to do the Andrew Luck thing? I don't know. His backup is Jimmy G. So, of course, he's going to get hurt, too, unfortunately. Stetson Bennett looked pretty good. And, of course, there was the Bill Merritt news. My boy, Bill.
Listen, did we speak this into existence?
Listen.
I feel like we did.
So, do you want to go over what happened?
Well, I mean, you can go ahead. You go ahead and start it.
So, Bill Merritt, first of all, it became more public. I broke it before this was common knowledge.
Definitely.
That Jacory prefers Bill.
Definitely broke it. 100%.
So Adam Schefter can credit me. Literally, I had this before Adam Schefter had this.
It was great.
So I'm really proud of that. And also, he has done so well this preseason. I was high on him early. I was taking him in best ball back in like June and July. And now he might be the starter in Washington. Brian Robinson's talking about getting traded because his starting job is not secure.
So I noticed two things, and I actually went back and read the transcripts just to see if I was right, or if in my head you're like, I know this happened, but we called Jacory in the draft.
Yep.
You said something about Brian Robinson being in a good spot, but we had they did draft younger running backs. Also, something I would love to throw into existence, I feel like we did. You got some running backs now that are rookies, and we talked about those last week, but some of those are, I know two that I was like, I'm really high on, and it's really looking like one of them is going to start.
Not Ollie Gordon.
Not Ollie Gordon.
I mean, no, Martin Hampton's going to start.
I'm talking about Dylan Sampson.
Hey, I'd love to see him start. I think there's a good chance he does. I just don't know. Like, I believe in the athletic profile. What I've always said about Sampson is that with that Tennessee offense, it's hard to know, can he actually read a lane at all and follow his blockers? Because he just didn't have to do that in the Tennessee offense.
Well, we'll see. And then the second one, Bashal Tootin. He is... No, listen to me now. Listen to me. I have it under good authority that Tank Bigsby might be traded.
I've heard rumors that Bigsby will get traded. I've heard rumors that ETN will get traded. If one of those happens, then yeah, I mean, big for Bashal Tootin. I don't see it right now.
And like I said, I have under good authority.
So
keep that in mind.
Okay, you friends with Liam Cohen now?
No, but I know a bird.
You know a bird. Okay.
I know a bird that used to play at LSU.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
He plays defense.
Okay.
Shout out to you, my boy. All right. So we'll just stop that. We'll start talking about wide receivers.
Yeah, and do stick around for the end because once we get through the receivers and tight ends, we're going to cover both, I think.
Okay.
But in our league, we draft on Sunday, so we'll talk overall draft strategy at the end of this as well.
Okay, sounds great. Before we get into that, because we are going to sort of talk about tight ends, what is your strategy on a tight end?
I think there is a clear big three with the tight ends.
Agreed.
And if you don't get one of those, you can probably wait a while. I mean, I've seen this play out a million times in best ball, which is best ball goes pretty similarly to a normal league. There are some differences, but this is one thing that I don't think will change. Bowers and Trey McBride both go in the second round, and then George Kittle goes into the third, early fourth. That's when they go. And then after that, Sam Laporta is going to go like 5, Kelsey's going to go 6, Hawkinson's going to go 7. Like, that's generally how it goes, but there is a huge gap between Kittle and Laporta for me, and I am happy to wait. Like, I'm not taking Laporta where he's going. I know we'll talk more about him, but that's my view.
So the way I look at it is, like you said, if you don't get those first 3 or 4, man, I'm talking like close to the end of the draft because, and it's not that I don't like them. It's just I'm afraid. You never know about tight ends because, like, look at Sam Laporta last year. He was great. He never scored.
Oh, Trey McBride never scored.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Trey McBride never scored last year. I mean, great season, just
couldn't find the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just a killer. And I mean, for an average tight end, you're looking about 4 or 5 catches, 40 yards. That's what
3
you're hoping.
for 32 is. Yeah. And then 3 for 32 and a touchdown. It's like, hey, good day.
Yeah, so keep that in mind when you draft. Like,
totally.
Because, you may be like, second round, be like, ooh, I could get Brock Bowers, or I could get a good running back or wide receiver that I know is going to get it.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. We'll start in Buffalo.
And, sorry, last thing I'll just say on overall tight end strategy is, I mean, in our league, I generally do play the waiting game on them, and I just draft in volume, where I'll take 3 in the mid-rounds. I mean, last year it was Dalton Kincaid, Brock Bowers, and Hunter Henry.
That was a great group.
Yeah, I was super happy with that group, and they all went, like, I don't know, 10 through 12 for me, or Henry was later than that. Anyway.
All right, so moving on, let's go to the Buffalo.
Speaking of one of those tight ends.
We'll do their notable wide receivers are Shakir. He does have a high ankle, and I don't like it. Those are really hard to come back from. Keon Coleman. And then I always say this with Buffalo until it stops. 2-headed at tight end, Kincaid and Knox. Kincaid to go down the field. They'll stop at the 5-yard line. Here comes Knox, mostly to block for Allen. But he will be in there to catch.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, I made that same note. Like, I've been monitoring preseason usage. Dawson Knox is not going away. He might later in the year. To start the year, though, he's picking up where he left off. It's very clear. He's going to be 40% of the routes, of the tight end routes will be him.
Who are you... If you had to have one wide receiver off Buffalo, who would you get?
It's Shakir, and I hate the injury, but it's made him go a little bit later in drafts where I've been taking him a good bit. He's probably one of my most drafted players just because of that. It's cheap where you're getting him. It's sort of a lottery ticket kind of thing. I have him wide receiver 47 overall though, so it's not like this is a highly priced guy, but he's the one to own. I've never really believed in the talent of Keon Coleman. So, I think he's a natural slot receiver. Big slot, power slot, being forced to play on the perimeter where he doesn't fit.
I think he has a big year.
You might be right. Interest in Joshua Palmer, I take it?
No.
Or Elijah Moore?
Are you?
No.
Are you? Okay.
Curtis Samuel?
No. I think Samuel's hurt.
LaVisca Chenault on the roster over there.
You can have that crap. All right, let's move on to Miami. We got the Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine.
There's another one we'll talk about in a second, but let's start with Reek, I guess.
He's hurt.
Is he hurt?
Yeah. Well, they said it's a side sprain, but I mean, he's hurt.
So where do you have him? Because you're kind of the Reek hater.
I'm not a Reek hater. It's just he runs fast, and that's it.
It's really fast.
I mean, it's a one-trick pony, and you have to get him the ball to run. I don't like either one of them, honestly. I'd rather have Waddle instead of Hill, just for where you draft him at.
Yeah.
I just don't have a whole lot of trust in Tyreek, and I never have. So
no, you have.
That's saying something that you can look back and say, well, he didn't like him on the Chiefs. I didn't, and he was good on the Chiefs.
He sure was, and was good on even better for the Dolphins for 2 years.
But last year,
was different. Last year was rough. He didn't have Tua for a lot of that time.
That's true.
And I'm not saying I'm not high on him. I've got him wide receiver 24. I've got Jalen Waddle 31. So I've got them fairly close together. They're going close in drafts. They're Waddle's not going far behind. I mean, the big thing to remember is Jonnu Smith is gone, and that's a lot of vacated targets. I mean, Darren Waller is there, but I don't. He's hurt right now.
He hadn't even practiced.
No, yeah,
at all.
No. So I'm not too concerned about Darren Waller being anything. There's a lot of vacated targets. Some people think it's going to be Waddle. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my first sleeper of the draft.
Hit me.
This is a Ray McLeod candidate for me.
Lord.
This is a guy that I might be smashing.
Is this
in
the guy
round
that
20.
you're just going to be screaming on draft day? You got to take him. Take him.
Yeah, I might. This might be. There's a few candidates. This is one of them. Malik Washington.
Ooh.
Malik Washington, he's a second-year player. He had a couple of flashes. Louisville, yes.
Yeah, okay.
He had a couple of flashes last year as a rookie. Didn't get a ton of playing time, though. He looked electric the first week of preseason. He's probably going to be the wide receiver 3, not Nick Westbrook-Akine is my current read on it. I could be wrong on that, but that's my read. And he could take over a slot role where he takes a lot of the targets that previously belonged to Jonnu Smith. And if that's the case, holy hell, I mean, this guy's going undrafted. He's the kind of guy that if you don't take him in round 20, 2 weeks from now could be the hottest waiver wire target.
Let me Malik Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like we said, I'm going to call this. This will be a future draft pick for Sunday by Tony, Darren Waller.
I can see that. The Raiders fan.
Mark it down. All right, let's ease on over to New England. We got. This is scary. We got Stefon Diggs, Demario Douglas, Kyle Williams, Booty,
Kayshon Boutte,
and Hunter Henry.
Hey! Don't forget about Efton Chisholm.
Yeah, whatever.
So for those of you who don't know, Efton Chisholm went from being an undrafted free agent to he is a lock for the roster. He has been a power slot. This dude is tough. This dude is elusive.
Wide receiver.
Oh. He looks like a stronger Wes Welker.
Let's put that in as a write-in for Foley's pick.
Yeah, Sunday. I'm probably not going. I'm not saying you should draft him. It's just a name to know. My take is for the wide receivers, Diggs and Demario Douglas are the only ones you should be looking at. I like Kyle Williams. You're not going to be able to protect when he has a good game. You don't want Mac Hollins. You don't want Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah, I agree with that. Henry's
solid. I mean, I don't have him high. I feel like I have him too low right now at 23.
That is a little low. I was thinking 15, 16. But I will say this. I hadn't wrote in numbers for my tight ends.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, I have a different feeling about tight ends. I love the position. But anyway.
I think this is a deep year for tight ends, actually.
Let's move on. The Jets. Garrett Wilson sucks. Josh Reynolds sucks. Alan Lazard sucks. The only person you should draft with a glimmer of hope would be Mason Taylor.
I like Mason Taylor. I also like Garrett Wilson, though.
But you like Justin Fields, though. So that
kind of do. Kind of do.
You're gonna eat on your Justin Fields.
I might. Listen, it's a gamble for sure. Yeah, I might be a little too high on Garrett Wilson. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, that gamble is taking your last 50-cent piece and going to Circus Casino in Las Vegas and just be like, Lord help me, and you see Chevy Chase and then walk by, and yeah, it's.
Do you want to guess where I have Garrett Wilson?
Let's see. I'm gonna say 18.
Keep going.
30?
Oh no, wrong direction.
Okay.
I have him wide receiver 10.
Lord have
now
mercy.
this is half PPR. I will have him lower in PPR for sure. But
10?
I've got him 10. I mean, there's a lot of people that people are high on that I just kind of am meh about that we'll get into. I don't hate them, but I'm just like, they don't excite me. Garrett Wilson, he still looked good even with Devontae and Aaron Rodgers. And I think they could get something cooking with Fields. I'm optimistic. But I do think I might have him a touch too high at 10, I will admit.
A touch? Okay.
He's going, most people have him in the 30s.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. No. They have him in the 30s overall. They have him, he's going in the 3rd or 4th round in most drafts.
Ain't no way. Maybe so. Maybe I'm just overreacting, but like I said before, I would not touch anybody on the Jets.
But I do agree with you on Mason Taylor, who I also kind of like as a late round flyer.
I do.
Let's see. I've got him 25.
Huh.
But again, I like the tight ends this year, so 25 is still not bad for me.
Man, we should have done a tight end show because now I'm wanting to know who. Anyway, okay. Anything on the Jets? Anybody else?
That's it. Josh Reynolds is there, but I wouldn't draft him.
The Ravens. Who we taking on here? We got the zombie Hopkins.
We do.
We got Bateman. Is it Zay Flowers?
And Zay Flowers, yeah.
And Mark Andrews. /
Isaiah Likely.
But he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. I don't know how what his recovery timetable is looking like right now. Listen, I think I've never been a Zay Flowers believer.
Me either.
He's kind of I see him as one of these flash players that's going to be really hard to predict when they have a big game. But I think where he's going is probably about right in drafts, which is 5th round. Ours will be later than that, hopefully, because we have Superflex, so quarterbacks go earlier. But in general, I see Zay Flowers going around the 5th round. I have him wide receiver 28. I'm okay with that spot for him, where there's no high volume guys left at that point. But he's, you can compare him to Xavier Worthy, who I have him right next to, Jameson Williams, who I have a little bit higher. But those guys who they are going to have monster games. Good luck predicting when. Similarly, I think Hopkins is going. I like where Hopkins is
Where's he going?
Round 13, 12, something like that. I mean, at that spot, you're just kind of betting on he can be the high volume guy in this offense.
And it's the Ravens. There's a bunch of teams: Ravens, Colts, Jets, Browns. I'm sure I can name a bunch. It's just listen. If you have those players as a number 2, man, you need to really rethink how you draft, because if you're going in with those people on those teams, it's just going to be so random, so crazy. One week it's going to be this guy, the next week this guy. There's going to be no. You just can't depend on them.
Yep, and that's Bateman's the one that I don't like. He's going in round 10, I think. And that's just a little rich for my blood for Rashad Bateman, who has always been so inconsistent. He has high-end potential. He's just never been able to put together a full season where he does that.
My only thing on that team, Hopkins would be just for TD catches only.
Yeah.
And Mark Andrews with stashing a Likely.
Yeah.
Moved on to the Bengals. Jamar Chase. Can we say anything else?
He's number 1 overall.
I love him.
Yeah, I've loved him since he was a rookie. I have always been a believer. When he went into the league, I was like, this guy could be the
Did you know
next best receiver.
The top 4 wide receivers in the NFL are all from
LSU.
Louisiana? Well, no, all from Louisiana. There's 3 from LSU, and then there's I can't remember his name now. Who? Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
If you wanted to make the argument of Chase, Jefferson, Brian Thomas, and Malik Neighbors, you could do that. Which are all LSU.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. Somebody else plays somewhere else, and I can't think of who it is. But anyway, moving on. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Andre Isovas, and tight end Mike Gesicki. Don't trust that.
I mean, listen, he's another like tight end 26 for me. I think he's a fine again, if you're going the late round tight end dart throw strategy,
yeah,
he's one that could hit. It's a high volume passing attack. You don't he's gonna Burrow's gonna be throwing the ball 30 times a game.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's enough to make Gesicki viable. There was the rookie that I can't remember his name now that we monitored last year, but he just never really emerged.
That's Isovas, isn't it?
No, the rookie tight end. He was a rookie last year. This will be his second year.
Bengals. I can't think of it.
But he never really turned out to be as good as we thought maybe he could be.
All right, moving on to James Browns. We have the ever elusive Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, one of my favorite dark horses, Jamari Thrash. And tight end David Njoku, and please watch out for Harold Fannin Jr. Okay. All right, listen. Harold Fannin Jr. is going to get 40% of the snaps. All right.
I think Njoku is one of the safer tight end picks if you don't get one of the top three. Njoku's going to be really safe, especially with Joe Flacco back there.
That's like saying you like Cole Kmet too.
Oh, I've never said I like Cole Kmet.
Well, I'm just saying, people are going to be like, oh, Cole Kmet's going to be starting. No, Loveland's going to be in there.
Yeah, we'll get into that for sure. But no, I think David Njoku's a lock. With Joe Flacco starting, he and Jerry Jeudy are both kind of locks. You can start them week one fairly confidently. It gets gross after that. Look, a lot of people are going to be excited about Cedric Tillman. I've been watching the preseason stuff. I don't think it's a given that he's even the wide receiver too.
Jamari Thrash.
Well, I mean, maybe in the slot role, but for that X role. So Jerry Jeudy's the Z. Jamari Thrash might be the slot. But then X is just kind of wide open. Is it Cedric Tillman? Probably, but there are other names. Deontay Johnson's there. DeAndre Carter, David Bell. These are not exciting names, but and I think there are others too. But for whatever reason, they're not willing to just hand that job to Cedric Tillman, who I do like. But where he's going, and I couldn't tell you off the top of my head where that is, but it's too early for me, I'll tell you that.
All right, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is another big wide of, We got DK, we got Calvin Austin, we got Robert Woods, and we got Pat Freiermuth.
And well, you're forgetting a couple names.
Who? Oh,
Jonnu Smith. And Roman Wilson's still out there. Go ahead, give us your take.
Maybe DK Metcalf and Jonnu.
Yeah, I think
that's it. But I would not take them high.
No, I think Jonnu Smith over Pat Freiermuth by a distance. I'm not taking Jonnu where he's going necessarily, but if I had a tight end, it would for sure be him. Arthur Smith loves Jonnu Smith. For whatever reason. And he hates Pat Freiermuth, which for once I agree with him. I've never liked Freiermuth. I have DK as the number 25 wide receiver. Stay away from Calvin Austin. Stay away from Roman Wilson. Even though I do like Roman Wilson, he just can't get out of his own head, it seems.
Listen, I love DK, Mississippi boy. Everything's good. I wouldn't trust him.
Oh, I'm a DK hater. That's why he's 25.
The only thing I can see going for him is like last year when Devontae had that breakout with Aaron. Tone that back about 50%, and that would be DK.
What I'm saying by having him at 25 is I see DK as a wide receiver 3 in fantasy, which I'd be happy with him as a wide receiver 3.
But somebody in our league is going to have him number 2.
Yeah, or even number 1 as their top wide receiver. I can for sure see it. Old man Rodgers, does he even survive the year? It's an open question. And then who are you going to have throwing it to him? Will Howard?
Boy.
Mason Rudolph?
I like Will Howard.
Ugh. That's all I have to say.
You don't like him? He's so good.
He's so not good to watch play football. That national championship was terrible to watch. It was two terrible quarterbacks playing each other.
Need to take that up with the selection committee.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's move on to the Texans, and I'm eager to hear this one. We have Nico, we got Christian Kirk, we have the rookie duo, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, and then we have Dalton Schultz. Tell me, who is your number 2 and 3?
It's exciting. It's also a headache. First of all, before we get into the number 2 and 3, let me just again apologize. In the words of Shaquille O'Neal, I'm sorry I was not familiar with your game, Nico Collins, because
dude's a stud.
2 years ago this month, I declared on draft day I am out on Nico Collins.
How'd that go for you?
Not freaking well.
Yeah.
Because he decided that was the year where he was going to finally break out in year 3 of his career. He's the reason. Like, I usually put for wide receivers, if you don't have a year 2 breakout, I'm done. Nico Collins has made me extend that to year 3. I will hold out onto a wide receiver for 3 years before I say, okay, you're not going to work out. So shout out to him. Genuinely, I think he's one of the best wide receivers. Take fantasy out of it, just one of the best pure wide receivers in football. He's a touch behind Chase and Jefferson, but you can make an argument he is the 3rd best wide receiver in the NFL. Shout out to you, sir. Game recognized game. As far as the others go,
I don't trust Kirk.
I kind of like Kirk. I hate to say it. You know I'm a huge Jaden Higgins fan.
Yes, that's the reason I deferred to you.
Huge fan. Watching how he's getting deployed, though, and this was always kind of what I thought when they drafted him, he is a natural X receiver. So is Nico Collins. Nico Collins plays the X. Higgins looks like he is going to be the direct backup to Collins, and he'll get out there in like 4 wide sets, maybe even 3 wide sometimes. He's not going to be he'll be a rotational player in 11 personnel and be a consistent player when they go 4 wide. Christian Kirk is the Z, which last year was Stephon Diggs, and it was a good role for Diggs last year. Mm-hmm. Now Diggs is more talented than Kirk, but I think this is still a fairly high flying passing game. And Kirk can be, like, I've got Kirk 49, wide receiver 49. So you're talking about a flex wide receiver on a week-to-week basis. I like him a lot there. I think he's going to run 70% of the routes. And he's the wide receiver 2 in that offense. I think it's a good landing spot. I think he's more naturally a vertical slot than he is a Z, but he's fine as a Z.
What about Noel?
Jalen Noel is probably going to be rotating in 11 personnel. So I think when they go 3 wide, it's going to be sometimes Christian Kirk comes to the slot and Jaden Higgins goes out to the Z. Sometimes it's going to be Christian Kirk stays out wide at the Z and Jalen Noel comes in at the slot. It's going to make it really hard to be able to start Higgins or Noel, though, until, God forbid, Kirk or Collins gets hurt. If one of those 2 gets hurt, then it's a lot more interesting. Like if Kirk gets hurt, Jalen Noel becomes a weekly start. If Collins gets hurt, Higgins becomes a weekly start. Is kind of how I see that shaking out.
All right, let's go over to the Colts.
By the way, any love for Dalton Schultz? I have none.
Hey, itty bitty 30s.
I think old dude that we both love, Kate Stover, is going to eat into playing time
Kate
too much.
Stover.
Yeah, I have Dalton Schultz, tight end 38.
I can get down with that. Colts, this is Pittman, I like him. Josh Downs, I like him. Alex Pierce, I like him. Tyler Warren, the only one you should trust.
Tyler Warren can be a league winner this year, baby.
Look, he could be Brock Bowers.
Absolutely.
It really, look, man, you're going to be rolling dice on that one. I mean, it could work out. You could be, like you said, league winner, or it could just poop in your face.
I have missed tight end 9.
What?
And
interesting.
Do you think that's too low or too high?
I think with the baked in, could be good, could be bad. Probably the teens for me. Which I know it's not that far down, but I mean, you're moving up a lot of people.
I don't know how spicy this is anymore, but I will just say I have Tyler Warren ahead of Travis Kelce.
Look, and that man with what's his face being named the starter.
Daniel Jones, Daniel Dimes.
Did we speak AR from last year? Did that come into? Did somebody finally listen?
I mean,
come on, man.
I mean, we have a lot of fans of this podcast.
All 11 of them.
They're all 11 are general managers and head coaches in the NFL.
They are
or at least
listening,
coordinators.
Gotta be.
So yeah, I'm super high on Tyler Warren. Listen, I'm kind of a low-key Chicago fan this year just because I like what they've been doing. I thought it was insane that they drafted Colston Loveland above Tyler Warren. Now, Tyler Warren does more blocking. He's less of a pure receiver, but man, looking at how he's been used in preseason, I think he's going to dominate targets.
And this could be, it could, during the preseason, it could be what's fixing to happen, or it could be all a disguise and nothing happens.
But I mean, it's also been like all the reports out of camp have been like Tyler Warren is the guy. As far as the rest, though, what do you think? Downs, Pittman?
I would say Pittman just because I like him more than Josh Downs. But I like Josh Downs. Pierce was AR's favorite person. Who knows where that's going to go? Tread lightly.
Yeah. I have Josh Downs 43 and Michael Pittman 52. I think they can both be fairly reliable as long as Jones is the starter. But you never know when that's going to go away. And it's going to be the inconsistency of
If
Richardson.
Jones goes down, good Lord, help us.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if they just decide, hey, it's time to give Richardson a chance because they still have a lot of investment in him.
Yeah, we all know how that goes. All right, moving on. Jacksonville, we got BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. We have... Is he a junior? He is a junior.
He is a junior.
Yes. Travis Hunter, De'Ami Brown, and Britton Strange is somehow still here.
He is.
How do you feel about the first two?
I have Brian Thomas Jr.
He's got to be up there.
This might be me overcorrecting because I was so wrong about him coming out of college. I have him as a top 5 fantasy wide receiver this year.
Wow. That is a hot take.
Yeah. Again, like it might just be me. Like I currently have him 3. I might move him down to 4, but I'm having a hard time convincing myself to take him out of the top 5. He was just so good.
Listen, now this is going to sound really crazy, and I almost don't want to say it, but I'm kind of getting on the Jacksonville train.
Yeah. Welcome aboard. Choo-choo.
Look, I don't have a whole lot of trust in Trevor Lawrence, but I mean, we're moving now into the Justin Jefferson, Addison role, and all those weapons. When you have a lot of weapons, I mean, Lord, all you got to do is get it to somebody and let it happen.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Choo-choo.
So
I'm liking it, man.
Yeah. I'm now on Travis Hunter. I'm going to give you Evan's take as best I can, since he's not here to give the Travis Hunter hater take.
Okay.
Which is people only like him because he plays 2 ways. He's actually not great at both. Evan, write in if you think I'm misrepresenting you. I don't think you actually watch the podcast when you're not on it.
He doesn't. I don't think
you'll
he
never
watches
know
it when he is on it.
That's true. So we'll never hear from him if I'm mischaracterizing his take, but I think that's the gist of it.
Look, and I do want to say, when I say I got on the train, after I should have said this. I think I'm getting on the train. Pump your brakes. Let's don't get too into it, but I kind of have a good feeling about them.
I have a pretty good feeling. My only concern with Hunter is if he does end up playing a lot of defensive snaps. And him getting gassed. That worries me.
It could.
If he just primarily plays offense, he's going to be playing the slot. I didn't expect that, but they have him playing the slot.
So is De'Ami going to play Z?
Yep. De'Ami Brown's going to be the Z.
Okay.
As a reminder, Liam Cohen was offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay last year. Before he got hurt, the slot receiver was Chris Godwin. And do you remember the kind of season? Chris Godwin was wide receiver 1 when he went down.
Yeah, he was good.
That slot role for Liam Cohen is a really valuable one. Before Tampa Bay, do you know where he was previously offensive coordinator?
Where?
Los Angeles Rams, where Cooper Kupp was the slot receiver and had the hat trick.
So you're saying big year for Travis Hunter?
Could be a really big year for Travis Hunter.
You heard it here first.
If he doesn't play too many defensive snaps. If he does that, then I'm worried he's just gassed all the time.
Then none of this is null and void, and we never said
That's
it.
right. So that's my hedge. I have him as a low-end wide receiver, too, with huge upside.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Titans. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson, and the tight end, Chig Okonkwo.
Xavier Restrepo still hanging on to a roster spot for now.
Oh, Lord. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Holding on?
Cut day hasn't come yet.
So they also have Eric Alomalo.
I was going to bring him up. Elik Ayumanor, who is going to rotate in, and I think...
See, he's better than Van Jefferson.
I agree. Well, he might end up taking Van Jefferson's job. So it's a really fluid situation there where they're kind of going back and forth on whether Calvin Ridley will play the Z or the X. Right now, Ridley's mostly Z, and Van Jefferson's the X. Tyler Lockett is the slot. But it looks very fluid, and it looks like Jefferson could lose his job. Ridley moves to the X. Ayumanor moves to the Z by the end of the year. So he's not. I don't think you can draft Ayumanor. As much as I love him, I really did like that player.
We this year, and I say we in our league, I'm sure. I feel like this is going to be the bottom half is just going to be rookies everywhere.
I mean, especially with it being a keeper league, why not take a shot? And we'll talk more about that during strategy. But I love Ayumanor. I think he was the one guy who absolutely burned Travis Hunter last year.
He's good.
He dominated Hunter. I like his talent. I don't think there's enough there to draft him, but keep an eye on the waivers.
The only person you can draft on there is Ridley, right?
Ridley, and I don't like where Ridley goes.
But yeah, too high.
Yeah, he goes too high.
Let's move on to the Denver.
Oh, I'm sorry. On the tight end situation, though. Okonkwo could be a decent year for him. I know that's not a sexy pick or anything.
It is not.
I have him tight end 18, so it's not like I'm crazy high, but it looks like he's going to get more passing routes than he did last year. Or more snaps in general than he did last year.
All right, let's talk about Foley's favorite team, the Denver Broncos, with Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Devon Veely, and the ever old that everybody still loves for some reason, Evan Ingram.
Yeah. So do you want the good or the bad first?
Sutton's the only person I'd touch on that team.
So that's the good. You can honestly listen back to what I said about Cortland Sutton a year ago.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. He is the safest pick in the draft, probably. He was last year. He is again this year. This is a guy who probably will get 1,000 yards or close to it.
Ugly.
Not much more. Yeah, he's gonna be he's gonna get you 10 points a game.
Yeah, it's
not much more.
It's
gonna
be
less.
3 for 70.
Yeah,
every game.
Exactly. But he's so safe.
Yeah.
Marvin Mims is a high upside, low floor play, high ceiling, low floor.
I expected so much from him.
I'm still holding out hope. Again, the 3-year rule now. Yeah. And Mims came on strong towards the very end of the season. If he can pick up where he left off, there's a world where Mims is a good sleeper.
Somebody's going to have to be in his underwear, lighting a fire, getting it going, and that's the only way.
On the backside.
On the backside.
I didn't know what you were doing in his underwear like this.
Whoa, dude! I'm starting a fire like the scouts.
God, okay.
Come on, man!
I got you now. I was a little
concerned.
Little concerned.
Nobody else.
Please stay out of Marvin Mims' underwear, guys.
Unless it's on the backside. Light a fire.
Yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with Troy Franklin, though.
No.
Which is a shame. And I sure don't want anything to do with Evan Ingram. That dude is going to be such a disappointment. Man, I have him tight end 13. I feel like I'm too low on him, actually.
Oh.
I mean, I'm too high. Like,
way
he should
too
be
high.
worse. Yeah, I mean, he's talented. He's just not going to get enough routes. Sean Payton loves a tight end rotation, a heavy rotation. And he's just never been consistent.
Yeah, like I bet you Kelsey's lower than Ingram. For you.
I have Travis Kelce 11, Evan Ingram 13.
Okay. Well, he still should go down. Speaking of Kansas City, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, tight end Travis Kelce. Name some more.
Jalen Royals.
Because that's all you're going to do. Just name a bunch of people that people are like, oh, they were great this year.
Rookie sleeper, Jalen Royals.
You can have him.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
If Rashee Rice ends up suspended, and he might, we should talk in depth about that in a second, but Jalen Royals could be the player.
Rice is at least going to get 6 games.
Yeah, so here's the context for everyone who doesn't know. We thought he was going to get suspended before the season started.
Last year,
and that never happened. Then it was, okay, he'll get suspended this preseason for 4 or 6 games.
Nope.
Things have changed. He has an appearance to get his whatever, the end of September, late September.
4 games he's going to play first.
Yes, he's going to play 4 games, then find out what his penalty is. And the league is considering a double-digit game suspension.
Yeah.
So 10-plus games.
So if you get Rice, you're just getting him for 4 games and maybe the playoffs. And then do you trust him?
Or you're betting that he doesn't get suspended or gets a lighter suspension than you think. It's a huge gamble.
Once again, the circus bet. That's what that is. Do not do it.
I mean, we kind of, like last year, people who made that bet, if he hadn't gotten injured, like the injury kind of killed it. But if you made that bet and he had stayed healthy, it's like, oh, you would have looked like a genius. So, I mean, I actually have Rashee Rice 17 right now. I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna move him down. So that's a high-end wide receiver too. I'm gonna move him down because the suspension does scare me a ton, and he is coming back from injury. But I say all that to say, Jalen Royals is the guy who can slide into that role, the Rashee Rice role. He's a rookie. I thought he was good, not great as a prospect, but someone's got to do that. I don't think they want to give. Like last year, they tried to force Xavier Worthy into that role once Rice got hurt. He is a better, just sort of vertical playmaker than he is that high volume slot. Hollywood Brown's hurt. That leaves Jalen Royals, unless you want freaking Scotty Miller or Sky Moore, like one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think there's a huge opportunity for Jalen Royals.
Only person you can trust. Travis Kelce.
Can you? Can you trust him?
Once again, you know freaking Mahomes is going to score. You just don't know to who.
Yeah. To me, like, if I'm placing a bet on any Chief, it's going to be Jalen Royals. Like I said, I have Travis Kelce 11. I like Xavier Worthy in best ball because it doesn't matter when he goes off. You're gonna, if on the weeks he plays, great, you get it, and when he doesn't, you don't. But I'm never going to know when to start Worthy is the thing. So I'm a little lower on him. I have him as a wide receiver 3. But Royals, I mean, he's going so late in drafts. I think he's worth the dart.
All right, moving on to the Raiders. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, Brock Bowers.
Hell yeah.
So,
hello. Listen, I don't have much positive to say about any of these players.
The only thing I can say is last year you saw the quarterback. Now they have Geno. Bowers is probably going to do the exact same, if not more. But pump the brakes on that too.
I hope you're right. So first of all, help me figure something out. I have Brock Bowers tight end 2, just for the record. I'm a little concerned about Bowers. I think they're not going to throw the ball as much this year. Under Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, and they're making it clear they want to get Michael Mayer, the other tight end, more involved. Yeah, I like Michael Mayer, but I'm worried how that all affects Brock Bowers. But help me make a decision, because right now I'm between 2 keepers, Drake May and Brock Bowers. Drake May for, I think, a 12, and Brock Bowers for an 11. Who would you keep?
man, I'm leaning toward Bowers. I think he's going to have a better year than Drake.
Yeah.
Just because he's the number one on the team. Who's the number one? I mean, Diggs could be great, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Bowers.
Okay. I'm going back and forth. I think I'm starting to lean your direction. We'll talk more about this in strategy because I want to talk keeper strategy. But as far as the wide receivers go, honestly, stay away from all of them. Jacoby Myers, fine. He's safe. But I think, again, there's not going to be as much passing as there was last year.
And if it is, it's going to be a 2 tight end set, and they're going to be 5-yard outs on either one of them.
Sure. You know, I like Jack Bech, but I don't think he's draftable at this point. I think the rookie if you wanted to target a rookie in this offense, it's actually Dante Thornton, who is big and fast and has really been impressing people in camp this year. He's more likely to be a starter than Jack Bech is, even though he was drafted later. So keep an eye on him, but not a super exciting attack beyond Bowers. And even Bowers, I have a little bit of concern with.
All right, moving on to the Chargers, and I'm curious about this. Ladidi, McConkley, Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen, tight end Will Dissly. Is Keenan Allen the one? Question mark?
Well, he's the 2.
Is he though?
Listen.
I'm just asking.
It's well known I am not crazy about Ladd McConkey. I respect him. I'm not a hater. I think the hype has always been a little out of control on Ladd. I have him wide receiver 12 right now, and I feel like that's
Ladd?
Yeah, and I feel like that's too high.
Man.
Where would you have him?
I don't know. Because, like I said, I don't even know if he's the number one.
12 feels like his ceiling to me, so I probably will end up moving him down. I think he's a good, not great. There's a reason. When I was talking about Garrett Wilson, I was like, there's some people I'm just not as high on. Ladd's one of them.
I'll tell you this. If I had a choice between, him and somebody else, and I'm at the back of the 12th round, or,
not going to the 12th round.
12th pick, I mean, and it's like all wide receivers have been taken.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Ladd at 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's going, mid-second round in most drafts.
Ain't no way I can do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't feel it. There's other people I would rather have. Keenan Allen is...
Keenan Allen.
He's Keenan Allen. It was a disappointing year last year, but he's back with Justin Herbert.
He's like Temu Mike Evans.
Yeah. I actually need to update my rankings. I failed to move him up when he... I just realized in this ranking I failed to move him up when he got signed. But yeah, he's the wide receiver 2. I have him in my best ball rankings, but not my half PPR. He's to me the wide receiver 2 in this offense, and it makes... first of all, Quentin Johnson dealing with concussion right now. Even if he were healthy, I think it would make him undraftable. Your boy can maybe be a 20th round pick. He's going earlier than 20th round is the problem for me. Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
I wouldn't say he's my boy. I don't know.
He's talented.
He's definitely a dart throw.
He's a dart throw. There's actually another rookie I would prefer over Trey Harris.
Who's that?
Keandre Lambert-Smith, who has been sort of the preseason darling.
Where's he at?
The Chargers, yeah, the Chargers. He was drafted later than Trey Harris. I can't even remember where he played, but he's looked really good as a high volume possession kind of receiver, short to intermediate routes, which is kind of what they were going to look for from Quentin Johnson.
That's my baby, Will Dissly's spot. Will
Dissly's not going to be the starting tight end there.
Who's the other person?
Conklin is actually going to be the guy. I was hoping it would be Arondre Gadsden, but it's going to be Conklin. But just real quick on Keandre Lambert-Smith, if Johnston's injury is as serious as it looks, and it looked real bad, it looked like the kind of concussion that'll keep you out half the season. Keandre Lambert-Smith could end up in the starting lineup as the true X. If him as the X, Ladd McConkey is the Z, Keenan Allen as the slot, and Keandre Lambert-Smith looks good. So another Ray McCloud of the Year candidate in the 20th round. I kind of like him. Since we're on the Chargers, I will say, last year there was one other guy I was just like Ray on, and I was just out on way quicker. The other guy I took at the end of the draft was Brendan Rice, who was a rookie wide receiver for the Chargers.
Jerry Rice.
Son of Jerry,
Yeah.
who had a lot of preseason hype and then just fanned out real quick. So, I'm a little hesitant of Keandre just for that reason, but he's been really impressive, man.
And look, here we go. We're moving on to the Dallas Weedham boys. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert, tight end Jake Turd Ferguson. And I'm going to say, get you all you can of this receiving core. Everybody, get on.
You know how I feel about Dak this year.
Dak's going to be awesome this year.
I don't think they're going to throw the ball as much as you think. Everyone's talking about this being a high-volume passing attack. I think this is going to be an ugly run-first team.
Lord, if that's a running team, bless.
I know. For that reason, I have CeeDee Lamb wide receiver 6. I might move him up to wide receiver 5 for reasons I'll talk about.
CeeDee Lamb is from Louisiana.
Is he?
Yeah.
And he's great. I like CeeDee a lot. Had him last year. I'm a big fan of the talent. Traded for him, in fact. Thank you, Joe. I think that was Joe I acquired him from. So this is not a knock on his talent. It's just a knock on, I don't know that there's going to be as much volume as he has had in years past. But still, he's a wide receiver 1. Don't get me wrong. I would just rather have Nico or Brian Thomas or, of course, Chaser Jefferson before Lamb.
All right.
Pickens, though, I mean, you know what you're getting with Pickens. He's a deep ball guy. If Dak can consistently hit deep balls, I have him as a actually very low end wide receiver 3 right now.
I like him. Let's see. Moving on. Giants. Malik Neighbors, Wayne Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, and tight end Theo Johnson.
What's there to say?
Yeah, Neighbors or nobody.
Neighbors or nobody. Wandale Robinson's interesting. They're trying to get him more involved. They're having him move all over the field. I mean, here's the thing. Russ likes to throw bombs. If Jameis Winston ends up playing, he likes to throw bombs. As long as it's not Jackson Dart, I can see a world where Wandale Robinson can be a desperation flex week to week and be sort of a boomer bust flex option.
Definitely a boomer bust.
Yeah. Nobody else. I don't want Theo Johnson. I don't want Darius Slayton.
Yeah. Eagles, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
That's an easy one, too, right? And then the tight end's like 15.
Yeah, where do I have Dallas Goedert ranked? 14. I have him 14.
So I mean, that's look.
Yeah, and I might move him ahead of Evan Ingram, actually. So that would put him at 13.
I'm not crazy about A.J. Brown. He's
a low-volume, touchdown-dependent guy.
Yes, A.J. and Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Every
Every year I'm low on Devontae Smith.
Listen, I think they're just like number 2 receivers, both of them. I know you're going to be like A.J. is a 1.
I have a low-end 1.
So
I mean, AJ's just, that's the problem with AJ. I love the man. I think, actually, let me retract what I said before, because actually I think AJ Brown's the 3rd best NFL receiver, like football wide receiver in the NFL. I think he's ahead of Nico and Brian Thomas, those guys. I think it is AJ Brown. He is so freaking talented. But in this offense, we saw it last year. He's really touchdown dependent, and there are some games where he just kind of not quite goose eggs.
3 for 40.
Yeah, 3 for 40, exactly. So he's not going to be your most consistent option in fantasy.
Don't make them your cornerstone wide receiver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Devontae Smith, I've just never been able to, like, he's to me, he's kind of like T. Higgins, who we glossed over, but he's a number 2, and where he's going is steep for a number 2.
He's like butter on movie popcorn. Like, you go there and you go, do I want it? I may not.
It's there.
You're like, okay, it's there. And that's Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to Washington. Scary Terry. What's
going to happen?
Yeah.
It's the great unknown.
Debo looks good.
Debo looks okay. I was a little worried about whether Debo was just going to be fat and inefficient, but he looks pretty good, I gotta say.
Noah Brown?
I'm not interested. No, thank you.
Anybody else?
No,
It's just those.
on the receivers, I mean.
Well, what I'm trying to get to, if Scary Terry doesn't play, who's playing?
Yeah, it's Debo or nobody. I mean, for me,
Zach Ertz?
I can't. Zach Ertz is a late tight end.
He's a layup.
Kind of know what you're getting. I mean, tight end 24 for me. So,
See, like he's like an Evan Ingram to me. I would group those two together.
Yeah. To me, he's more like a Hunter Henry. Like you kind of
say all that.
You know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah.
And it's not exciting, but it's not as bad as you think either. Like when you put that sticker on the board, as I've been a Hunter Henry drafter many times through the years, and you put that sticker on the board, and everyone's like, "What?" But at the same time, you're gonna get the 3 for 30 every week.
You question yourself, then, don't you?
Only a little bit, but
everybody's like, "Who?" You're like,
it's like
Jimmy Fritzer from the Ohio State.
It's just one of those that if he's the third tight end you take, and the other two go down,
everybody else on the podcast is going 3 tight ends.
Oh, well, this is a deep league for the record.
Very deep.
And if he's the third tight end you take, it's like if the other two go down, I'm going to feel safe that at least I'm not getting a goose egg at tight end. So there's that. But yeah, outside of Debo and Terry, and Terry's one I probably need to adjust where I have him.
It's hard to adjust something when you don't have a clue.
I know, but even if he does play, I'm not optimistic that it's a huge year for him. He's so touchdown dependent. He's 30 years old.
All right, so here comes my hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago Bears. Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Luther Burden, tight ends Cole Kmet / Colston Loveland.
I'm going to save the hottest take for the end of this.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore has not been used a ton in preseason, or training camp even, and it's hard to say, is that because he's going to be used less, or is it because we just don't need to see anything out of DJ Moore?
Somebody needs to get in his britches on the rear end.
And keep this man out of people's pants. Underwear. Good Lord. So what are you saying?
Don't draft DJ Moore.
Are you saying a Odunze breakout?
Yes.
Okay. I can get with that.
And Luther Burden.
I can't get with that.
And Colston Loveland.
Colston Loveland, kind of. So can I go not backwards, can I go kind of a random order on all those people you just said?
Go ahead.
So DJ Moore, I have as a wide receiver 2, which I think is what I have him every year. Like I have him wide receiver 20 overall, and I think that's about where I have him every year.
Yeah.
He's so consistent. It's hard for me to imagine he's less consistent this year. Odunze, I love you. I really like Odunze. I have him 37, so right around end of wide receiver 3. He was so inconsistent last year. Does he take a step up without Keenan Allen? Maybe, hopefully.
Look, let's all on Caleb. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Caleb's still there if you think that.
No, I mean, if Caleb is...
If Caleb steps up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's some truth to that. I want to come back to Luther Burden in a second, but for the tight ends...
Cole Kmet's probably going to score more than Colston Loveland, but I hope not.
I don't think he'll score more, but I think he's going to be an annoying kind of like Dawson Knox kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. That is 100% the same.
Yeah. He's just going to make it to... I have Loveland 10, so I still have Loveland ahead of Kelsey. Again, this is the same offensive coordinator who turned rookie Sam Laporta into a monster. And Loveland is talented. He's a very talented receiver. But I am a little worried about Cole Kmet just eating into his routes. Yeah. Maybe it gets better as the year goes on. But Luther Burden.
Okay.
Tell me what you think about Luther Burden.
He's tall.
He is.
He's decently fast.
He is.
He's just he is a possession wide receiver.
I think he's so talented. But his big flag in college was, is he really dedicated to the game enough? Does he want it bad enough? That kind of thing. That's probably why he slid to the second round. And it was kind of the talk all off season of he was a little banged up, and you could kind of get the sense that the coaches thought he should probably be playing through it as a rookie, and he didn't. He is not the number 3 wide receiver on this depth chart.
Who is?
Before I even give you the name, because you're going to laugh at the name, I just want to remind people that this is the slot receiver role we're talking about. Who was Ben Johnson's slot receiver for the last few years? In Detroit. Who's the slot receiver in Detroit?
Would it be Williamson?
It would be Amon-Ra St. Brown, the power slot. So we're talking about a very juicy role up for grabs here, right? Theoretically.
Okay.
So I am going to take a big bite out of
He's going to get his nut.
Olamide Zaccheaus. I'm so excited. I'm really hungry.
Oh, Lord.
That's really good. It's a little drier than I expected, but it's really good.
Oh, it's so dry. But, man, it's like, look, it's good, I'm telling you.
You want some of this?
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. All right.
I wasn't prepared for how dry this was, and I wanted to say more about Zaccheaus.
Look, it's worse than a KFC biscuit, man.
Oh my god. It's really good. 10 out of 10. Listen, Zaccheaus is another one of these guys. Like,
You can have Zaccheaus.
I haven't decided who I'm going for 20, but I mean, I know he's not sexy.
Definitely not that.
That role is sexy, and I'm gonna think about him in round 20.
Okay. Once again, that's one of those that I can't really knock because I'm going to take the same crapshoots that you are.
Well,
so let's just move on to the Detroit Lions. Foley's Lions. We got Amon, Jameson Williams, Tim Patrick, and Mr. Sam Laporta.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Jameson Williams. Really like him. I mean, like,
you can kind of convince me.
Oh, man, I may be totally wrong, but
The thing about
I think it
Jameson
looks
Williams,
good for him.
he's gotten better every year of his career.
What year is this for him?
Year 4. So, I mean, he missed his entire rookie season pretty much with injury, and then his second year he had his suspension.
Look, I've said get on board, and I usually hit them brakes, but let's get on board. I just keep going.
Well, the thing is, the coaching staff every year talks up about how much progress Jameson. But everyone, every coach does that.
Everyone.
But it's been true every year of Jameson. Like, they've talked him up, and like Dan Campbell, generally, when he talks someone up, he means it seems.
Yeah.
So, is he, like, truly an all-around player this year, where in the past he's been more of a splash player?
Yeah.
If he's the real deal all around, that's bad news for the Sun God, unfortunately, who I have wide receiver 7. But I have Jameson Williams 21 right now. I can see it.
I think he needs to go higher. I could be wrong. Like I said.
I can't get him any higher than that. But I can see it at 21. Like, he's got the potential there. He's really.
Laporta. What did you have? 4 or 5? Or 7? You had 7, didn't you?
I have him 6. I have Sam Laporta a tight end 6, which is lower than most people. Most people have him 4, right behind Kittle.
He's just touchdown dependent. That's all of course, all tight ends are that. So
this passing attack we saw last year. He had this great rookie year, and then he was really inconsistent his second year to no fault of his own. It's just they have a lot of weapons in Detroit.
Yeah.
So there's plenty to spread the ball around, and Laporta was sometimes just the odd man out. I think that kind of continues. We haven't gotten to my tight end 4 and 5, although I think we're about to get to both of them. But yeah, keep an eye out on Isaac Tesla. I don't think you draft him, but I think he's one that could end up a waiver wire target down the road.
Okay.
Rookie wide receiver.
All right, let's move on. Now, I will say this. We're fixing to talk about Green Bay. And if we had nothing on this table, I would literally flip this table. That's how I feel about Green Bay Packers receiving core. Is Matthew Golden your number 1? Jaden Reed, is he hurt? Romeo Dobbs, is he hurt? I love Savion Williams, but, that's like way, way down in the draft.
Yeah. The running back, you mean? We should have talked about him on the running back show.
He is a wide receiver. He is number 84, I think it is. You don't.
So was Cordero Patterson.
You hush your pie hole.
Which is who he's wearing Cordero Patterson's number. Oh my God!
Who do you like on the team? We're not having this discussion.
It's Matthew Golden.
Really?
I am starting to get bought into the Matthew Golden
Oh
hype.
gosh!
Listen, I was right there with
Are
you.
you one of those people now?
I was right there with you at draft time. It's not just preseason. It's not. It's camp reports. It's the fact that it's got to be somebody. Like, if you're going to hit your wagon, it's not like I've got him wide receiver 39, so it's not like yeah. But if you want a Packers wide receiver, Golden's the one. We know what Romeo Doubs is. You're never going to be excited about him.
We know what Jaden Reed is.
We know what Jaden Reed is, who can be good, but he's yeah.
Tucker Kraft.
Matthew Golden is, Tucker Kraft.
I would say he's up there.
He is up there. The only thing I'll say about Golden, his movement skills are legit. I didn't see it in his college tape. I didn't think his movement. I thought he did not look like a 4.29 kind of guy, even though that's what he ran in the 40, right? In camp and in preseason, he has kind of moved like a 4.3 flat kind of receiver. And if he's got that speed, okay, I can buy in on this. Tucker Kraft, I'm super high on. I have tight end 5.
I like it.
I have him ahead of Laporta.
That's a bold call. I like it. Let's move on to the Vikings. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Who else?
Jalen Naylor. So Addison's out 4 games.
Yeah.
He's suspended 4 games. Jalen Naylor will be the 2 for that time. Not that you're excited about that.
No.
Are you drafting? Yeah, Justin Jefferson? Is he someone who should be on a roster? Or is he?
What are you talking about?
I'm just.
Yes, you drafted Jordan Jefferson.
I love Justin Jefferson. The only thing I've ever been a hater on him on is when people said he was better than Chase, because he was never better than Chase. But he is the second best wide receiver in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And that is where he is on my rankings. Number 2.
Love T.J. Hawkinson.
Who is my tight end 4.
Wow. That's bold.
It is bold. It is. It's just, I like him more than, I think you know what you're getting with him more than a lot of these guys.
Which is what you're not going to get on this upcoming team we're going to talk about. Atlanta Falcons. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Ray Fiasco, and the Fiasco also known as Kyle Pitts Jr.
My man.
He is not your man.
God, I want to eat some more of this Zagnut, but then I won't be able to talk.
I got you, brother.
Just like...
I got you. Look, Drake London is a slam. Darnell Mooney, no. Ray.
No.
Kyle Pitts, no. Don't do it. Don't trust him. No. That's like walking up to your car and seeing a $100 bill laying on the floor. A little white powder on it. Don't trust it.
That Zagnut's really good.
Dude, did I tell you? It's got that Butterfinger.
Yes.
Yes, and then coconut. Man.
I'm a huge peanut butter fan, or peanuts in general. So
I knew you'd like it.
Yeah. I love Drake London.
Smash.
He's gotten better year over year. I have him wide receiver 8.
I get that. Mooney? No.
I'm tempted by Mooney, except he's hurt. Like, that's making it more difficult for me.
Well, in that case, do you pivot to Ray, your other favorite?
No, I probably pivot to Kyle Pitts. I'm out on Ray McCloud. I'm out on Ray. I'm sorry, Ray. I never believed in your talent. I just thought that the role you were in would, as I said on the podcast many times, I never thought Ray McCloud was a talented wide receiver. It was that I thought the role he was playing, that slot role, would make him valuable.
Put in the comments, which I know y'all won't because we've already discussed this and you still haven't wrote a comment, but put in the comments how much you thought Foley loved Ray last year.
I loved him in that role.
You loved him personally.
I love him personally, yeah. I don't think he's a good football player, but I like him as a person. I like him as a friend.
Moving on to
Kyle Pitts. No, we're not moving on from Kyle Pitts that quick, sir.
Dude, Kyle, come on. We cannot continue to argue about this. He's trash. He'll play a game and he's trash again.
I'm on record that I am out on Kyle Pitts.
But
I have him as tight end 16 right now.
That's too high.
Which is
too high.
That's pretty low.
Pretty high.
I've not gotten him much in best ball.
Nobody wants him.
I am not sure that I won't move him up before our draft.
You'll be the only person that picks him.
I haven't decided. Here's the thing. I'm mostly out on Kyle Pitts.
Mostly.
But there is the Michael Penix thing. Pitts got better with Penix. They seem to have a little bit of a connection, and I will hate myself if Kyle Pitts finally has a breakout on somebody else's team.
He won't. Dude.
I probably won't draft him. I'll probably let Joe draft him again.
You've had one good year. 1 year.
I will probably let Joe draft him again. I haven't had Kyle Pitts the last 2 seasons in this league.
Well, you did good last year, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Okay, then.
But I did well with Kyle Pitts on my team in years past. So anyways, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, moving on. Panthers, Ted McMillan, Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, tight end Tommy Tremble.
No, Jatavian Sanders over Tremble.
Well, your lips to God's ears. I don't know.
Not that it matters. You don't want either
exactly.
of them. McMillan is
the only person.
It's a steal, not a deal, man.
Ooh.
As someone who had questions about McMillan as a draft prospect,
he's a stud.
I'm pretty well bought in. I have him wide receiver 19.
I like that.
Man,
Legette.
He's going to dominate. Legette is...
That's your boy, isn't it?
I love Legette. I really do. I thought the world of him as a draft prospect.
So do you like him like as a person or as a football player? Because we have now learned that there's a difference.
As a draft prospect last year, I had him...
High?
Very, very high.
Where is he this year?
Wide receiver 68.
The mighty have fallen.
I know.
Once again, guys, do not trust the Foleyetics.
Foleyetics mostly gets it right. But
mostly?
Mostly, yeah. Mostly.
I mean...
listen,
that's like putting your hand
in... called Amon-Ra St. Brown as a rookie.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Pull out the asterisks. Here they come.
What asterisk? That was a huge win for Foleyetics.
Your championship was an asterisk.
No, mine was the year before COVID. Mine was 2019. Mine was the last legitimate championship before the commissioner brought in all these executive orders.
You better calm down right now.
No, you weren't the commissioner. It was a former commissioner who brought in all these executive orders under the guise of public health and pandemic.
I will agree with that. The past commissioner was questionable at the most.
We love you, Matt. We love you.
AI Matt. We love you, AI Matt.
But no,
love you too.
McMillan's great. Legette's not great, unfortunately. Like, you're never going to be able to trust Legette. He will have a good game at some point this year. I am certain of it. You won't know what week that'll be, though. Adam Thielen is still fairly dependable. The only question is if Hunter Renfrow does eat into some of his snaps as sort of the possession guy. Jalen Coker's also there as a slot receiver.
You can say whatever you want to about Hunter Renfrow. I love him. he's just a dog.
He's back, and he's not going to be a starter, but he might take a few snaps from Thielen. But Thielen is... I have him as wide receiver 64, so I have him ahead of Legette.
Wow.
He'll just be safer than Legette. And have quite a few snaps, but you're not going to be excited about him.
All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite in the South, the New Orleans Saints. Chris Olave, Rashad Shaheed, and then Brendan Cooks, Juwan Jennings, and who's that other white guy that just scores everything? The tight end that plays QB and wide receiver.
Oh, Taysom Hill. Yeah, he's still out. He's still hurt, unfortunately.
I don't know.
Where he said a question mark earlier, where he has a question mark, I have an answer, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, you mean I should say, is Spencer Rattler going to kill Chris Olave this year?
Oh, I thought you were. I misunderstood what the question mark was about. Never mind.
The question mark is
on Olave and whether he plays.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Shuck, not Rattler. Still, I know it's still an open battle.
Is the quarterback going to kill Chris Olave this year, like he did last year?
I'm going to bet no.
Okay.
It's a risky bet.
Is that? Who's the number one? Okay. You see those three. End of the year comes. Who's the number one scorer on that team?
It is either Olave or not Shaheed.
Brandon Cooks.
Not Cooks, although I'm interested in Cooks too.
I am too.
I'm interested in him. but it looks like who's actually going to have the slot role. And let me roll back again. Kellen Moore.
Oh Lord.
Kellen Moore is the head coach. Every place he's been, it has been the slot receiver that has dominated. Right? It was in Dallas. It was CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
In Los Angeles, it was Keenan Allen. The one exception was last year with Philadelphia, where it was A.J. Brown. Talent was undeniable. But Kellen Moore likes the slot role. It's a productive role for him.
So who is it?
Cedric Wilson?
Question mark?
Question mark? Cedric Wilson is going to be the slot
Former
receiver.
Cowboy?
Former Cowboy.
Oh, wow.
His last relevant year was actually, he was in the slot role for Kellen Moore.
I feel like I should be eating a Tums right now with you saying that.
So I'm not as high on Cedric Wilson as I am someone like Olamide Zaccheaus or Malik Washington, but he is kind of in that conversation for me of a round 20 dart throw. But I can kind of see the Brandon Cooks one as well.
All right, moving on to the Buccaneers. And this is, didn't Evan say the greatest wide receiver room?
I agree with him. It's the deepest. I've said this all offseason. It's like, oh my God, I'm a big fan. And
so I'm gonna throw names out here. We got Mike Evans, Emeka Ubaka, Chris Godwin, Tez Johnson, tight end Cade Otton. The list honestly really goes on and on. Jalen McMillan,
Trey Palmer, your boy Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, I mean, trust him. But, look, right now it's Emeka and Evans.
Yep.
And that's it. Right now.
Yep, but Godwin will be back.
Yeah.
They seem optimistic that his return will be pretty quick, which will immediately hurt Egbuka, but not a ton, because Jalen McMillan is concussed right now. I'm sorry to Jalen McMillan, but it's huge news for Egbuka.
Yeah.
Because it means he's a week one starter no matter what.
Yeah.
And I've said on this podcast many times how much I think of him. I will go so far as to say there is a chance that Egbuka ends up being my next Mike Evans, where I have him every year.
Okay.
I really like Egbuka. He's going a little higher than I like to see a rookie going, but man, I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
And we know how I feel about Mike Evans. Don't draft him. Nobody else draft him.
No, you're going to be the only... Never mind. Anyway, moving on. Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Zay Jones, and the tight end, Trey McBride. You can have him, bro. I don't want no part of that. I'll take Trey McBride. That's it.
Trey McBride, tight end 1 for me.
Okay. It's a little bold.
I have him above Brock Bowers.
Man, I'll take Geno over Kyler any day. You got to think about these things.
Kyler has a connection with Trey McBride. I know there was the end zone problem, but Kyler does have, as much as Kyler did not have a connection with Marvin, he does have a connection with Trey. Now, as far as Marvin goes,
nope.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago on the quarterback show.
Too high.
Last year, we saw, there were a few plays that if they were just on the same page, we're talking about Marvin Harrison, people were disappointed in Marvin Harrison, who had an okay year. 700 yards as a rookie, that's fine.
He was off 4 games, something like that.
Yeah, at least a game or two.
I thought it was 4. It may have been a game or 2.
I mean, you add in just 3 plays that they just weren't connected on, and he's got over 1,000 yards. So, to me, it's Kyler, so we can't know for sure, but it is insane if they didn't just all offseason work on those plays so that they are on the same page. These back shoulder fades, the kind of things that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams have always just been
so
totally connected.
So
on.
I'll give you that. But honestly, do you think Kyler Murray is practicing like that? If you can 100% tell me that, I will draft him number 1. But I don't think you can.
I can't, but there's enough possibility.
I know what you're saying.
I have Harrison as a high-end wide receiver 2 who could end up being... he has a chance to be wide receiver 1 overall. I'll say that. I'm not saying he's going to do it. I think he has a decent chance.
I mean, yeah, there's a chance, but just not with Kyler. I mean, I don't... we're getting off on that. Anyway.
I have him above Terry McLaurin. I have him above someone that we haven't talked about yet, who I know Evan hates. I have him above DJ Moore. You know, like I have him above a lot of these wide receiver twos in high volume offenses.
All right, so let's move on to the Rams. We don't know. We don't know who's throwing it, but Puka, Devontae, Tutu, Tyler Higbee. Tell me what you got.
Right now I have Puka Nacua, wide receiver 5. I'm probably going to bump him down out of concern over the Stafford thing.
Got to.
I have Devontae Adams, wide receiver 18.
That's high.
I'm probably going to bump him down a little bit for the same reason. Although I think Devontae still has the skill. And look, Jimmy Garoppolo is still, as long as he's healthy, he's still a pretty good wide receiver or quarterback, especially in this kind of offense. I can see it going well. Okay. I'm honestly more concerned about Stetson Bennett, even though I said that in the beginning about, like, he had a good preseason, but I wouldn't buy into it too much. If it ends up with Stetson Bennett playing quarterback, that's where I think these guys get hurt. But Nakua's talented. Devontae Adams, super talented. He was good last year in the sideshow that was the New York Jets. So I can buy into all that. Tight end, I would go after is not Higbee. It's Terrence Ferguson.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, too low to care about.
That would be an Oregon Ducks player. Okay.
And there's Tutu Atwell. We want to represent Evan well because he said Devontae Adams is trash, I believe were his words.
He's not trash.
Words to that effect. Let's see what and he likes Tutu Atwell more than Devontae Adams.
How?
He's a hater. He's a Devontae hater.
Wow.
Quote, Devontae Adams won't have a great year with an aging and injured Matt Stafford. Shocking, I know. Unquote. So maybe I made it sound a little hotter than it actually is, but bottom line, he's a hater of Devontae Adams. I think Devontae's okay.
All right, moving on to I also like Devontae. Moving on, 49ers. Once again, I would table flip on this one. Who?
Ricky's the guy. Ricky Pearsall.
White boy Ricky?
White boy Ricky.
You ever seen that movie?
Got shot up. No, but I know the story.
It's good.
I know the guys from Detroit. Like, I'm very familiar with the true story.
You ought to watch it.
Yeah, I should. You're right. But yeah, Ricky Pearsall's kind of the last man standing. Jawan Jennings still banged up. Brandon Ayuk not going to play.
George Kittle, big year.
Big year for George Kittle. I have him tight end 3. And
yes.
Look, I have him ranked 3. I get Kittle in drafts way more often than I get Bowers or McBride because he goes around later. And it's like, just wait and try to. You got to time it right because then if you miss out on Kittle, then there's that big drop off. But I like Kittle a lot. I think Ricky Pearsall is really talented, going to do well. I like stashing Ayuk for when he comes back.
Yeah.
But
just watch where you pay for him.
Sure, absolutely. Not interested in Demarcus Robinson?
No, you would have that.
And Jawan Jennings, I'm just not sure about this year.
I know.
With his injuries. By the way, going back to Arizona, I did forget to mention, like, another guy that I'm looking at in round 20 is Zay Jones, who's going to have that slot role that we've seen people like Greg Dortch do so well in.
I can't do it.
You just hate Arizona, I know.
No, I mean... You
hate Kyler.
Look, he falls in so many other... Zay Jones, Brandon Cooks, Ray McLeod, they're all the same. I
think Zay Jones is at least a little more explosive than those other guys.
Yeah, but I don't... See, I have to add the quarterback, and the quarterback just drops it so hard for me.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. Last team, and once again, choo-choo, early bird. I'm liking Seattle. I know. Look, I know it. And look into the camera and show them the eye roll. JSN, Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton. I don't like AJ Barner, but they got Elijah Arroyo. Oh man, it sounds so good. And with Sam the man, just dropping dimes in there. He's gonna have 3 bad games, guys, and they're probably gonna be toward the end. So just use him while you got smoke him while he's out there.
More like he's going to have 4 good games.
Wrong. We proved that wrong last year. I'm all aboard. Let's go.
I have JSN as a low-end wide receiver 2.
What?
I love JSN. Guy that I comped to Julian Edelman. You want to talk about Foleytics? Foleytics was like, this is the second coming of Julian Edelman.
Listen, look, that Foleytics take is terrible. JSN over, let's see, Jerry Jeudy? Got to be.
Yeah, I've got him over Jerry Jeudy.
JSN over DK Metcalf.
Did we skip Cleveland? I know we did talk about Jeudy. Over Metcalf, you said?
Yep.
I have him over Metcalf.
Well, I can't really say anything bad then, I guess.
I have him exactly 2 spots ahead of Metcalf. But I have him behind Travis Hunter. I'll say that.
No, he's ahead of Travis Hunter.
Low volume.
Look.
Run first attack.
I mean, you could be right. I'm telling you, I feel like they're going to have a big team.
Listen, I like Torrey Holt, rather. I like that profile. I like guys who are big and fast, and Torrey Holt is that. But I don't think there's enough juice there. Cooper Kupp, no thank you for where he's going. He's going way too early for me.
I don't want Cooper Kupp. Give me JSN or Torrey Hunter or Horton.
JSN's the only one I'm interested in. Holt is going to be sort of a rotational player, I think. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is still there. That's the best case I can make for Sam Darnold. Marquez Valdez-Scantling makes MVP quarterbacks. Let me tell you, he was there for the Rodgers MVPs.
Stop.
He was there for the Mahomes MVP.
Stop.
He was there for the Josh Allen MVP last year. Where MVS goes,
Shut your dirty mouth.
Where MVS goes, MVPs follow. That is the best argument I can make for Sam Darnold. Listen, Elijah Arroyo, for a second, I'm super hype on.
He's so good. He's so good.
Kyle Pitts vibes, but at a second round price in the NFL draft. However, heavy tight end rotation. They're not going to move him out to the X receiver.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you mentioned AJ Barner. I can't touch it. I can't touch it.
Well, I mean, and that just goes, which we've said it before. There's a bunch of groups like that. The Bears tight ends, probably the Colts tight ends, even though he's far and away better than the Mountain. I mean, some of these tight ends you don't want to touch, especially for where they're going. So now let's jump into real quick. What you got?
Blind rankings?
Okay, hit me with the blind rankings, and I'll call them out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This time. Oh Lord.
So we're gonna do wide receivers first, and then we're gonna do tight ends.
He's tricking me, guys.
All right. You're going to call out ranking this guy 1 through 5 before you know who the next is coming.
Okay. Hit me.
T. Higgins.
3.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
2.
George Pickens.
5.
Terry McLaurin.
4.
And that leaves for your number 1.
Come on.
A.J. Brown. So, to recap.
Almiron should have been 1.
To recap, Uriah's top 5 wide receivers, or these 5 wide receivers.
Come on now.
A.J. Brown, number 1. Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 2. T. Higgins, number 3. Terry McLaurin, number 4. George Pickens, number 5. Other than A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Good job. You get a B.
I'll take a B on that. After last week's debacle.
Yeah. Tight ends.
All right.
Tyler Warren.
3.
Dallas Goedert.
4.
George Kittle.
1.
Tucker Kraft.
5.
David Njoku is your number 2.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. It's not how I would go, but George Kittle number 1, David Njoku number 2, Tyler Warren number 3, Dallas Goedert number 4, Tucker Kraft number 5. I think you're way too low on Tucker Kraft.
Didn't I say 5?
Oh, number 5. That's what. Yeah. Tucker Kraft number 5.
Yeah.
But I have him as my number 5 overall tight end. You've got number 5 of this group.
It was kind of. I didn't
know.
know.
You got David Njoku ahead.
Well, I didn't know. It's hard to do.
It's hard to do. I know.
Come on,
that's the point.
man.
That's what makes it fun.
Come on.
That's what's fun about it. All right, what we got?
All right, strategy. What you? I get. Are we giving out how the sausage is made for Sunday?
I mean, we should, as a public service, I feel like talk about this.
All right.
Number 1 on keepers. I'm going to give my honest take that I hesitate to give because I don't want you guys to think this way. But this is my full transparency, this is my first keeper league. However, I have studied the way of the keeper for many years. Because like I'm just in groups. Like I just pay attention to the fantasy community, and so I think about like, if I had to do a keeper, who would it be with these rules, right? And here's the thing that I think people miss. Yes.
I'm sorry. I was not trying to culturally inappropriate anybody. He said the way of the keeper. All I could think is the way of the fist. Bruce Lee movies. I'm sorry.
He took an Ambien, and that's
yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes. So
just light a fire.
Listen, as great as it is to take as your keeper Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase for a second rounder, and those are great. I'm not knocking it.
Okay.
That's still, you're essentially getting one round of value. Like these are guys who would go in the first round this year. You're keeping them in the second round, so you're keeping one round of value. Whereas, again, if I'm keeping Brock Bowers, let's say, he would probably go in the third round of our league. I'm keeping him in the 11th round.
Okay.
So that's an 8-round surplus.
The only other person I could keep would be Chase Brown. Yeah, that's fair. Like, it depends on your options. My point is... I know, yeah, and I totally agree with that. You got to get a good price for your keep.
Yeah, I would familiarize yourself, if you're thinking about who your keeper is, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I know you're about to say something else. Go ahead. I would look at, like, a draft board, like ADP, where people are generally going, and say, okay, where did I get this guy last year? How much of a jump is it? And just go for the one who's the biggest jump.
Absolutely.
For me, that's either Bowers or May.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And like I said, the only reason I'm keeping...
Because nobody has the big jump.
There's nobody on my team. I mean, I think...
That's fair.
I think Chase Brown was like a 7th.
Yeah.
Which would be a decent option.
Yeah.
But while you have the number one...
That's fair.
And also, I will say this, it kind of all depends where I draft at.
That's the other thing I've been thinking about. Like, I wish I knew my draft position before I make my keeper pick. Maybe we can amend that rule, because it would change my strategy.
I would love that. I would love for us to have a draft already done.
Okay.
I mean, the draft order.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Say, okay, mine was second round for Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Let's say I get the number 5 pick.
Yep.
Okay. The first one's going to come off. I already have Chase, but what if I could trade Chase for somebody's first round pick? So I would get 2 first round picks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the way I think about it, a little simpler than that, but like, I think if I knew for sure that I was picking 1 through 6, I would keep Brock Bowers. Because I can still take a quarterback in those first 6 picks that I'm really happy with. And if I were 7 through 12, I'd be like, well, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, those guys might already be gone. Let me keep Drake May, so I at least have that quarterback.
And that's the same thing. Yeah. Like, say like I'm number 8. I mean, I got to keep Jamar Chase at number 8. But if I had like 2, that may be different.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you would get you should be able to have a chance to get a good 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. I might think about it the opposite way.
Oh, really?
In your case?
Yeah.
Because if you were like 2 or 3, you might say to yourself, well, I could still just take Chase there and have somebody else, in the second, rather than keep, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But just, I mean, you got to think about it. What if you got Joe Burrow?
Sure.
At number 2.
That's true. And then you stack Burrow and Chase. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean...
So there's a lot to think about with keepers.
It's a lot. Don't just be like, oh, he had such a good year, I'm going with him.
Yeah, no, yeah. You gotta really think about the value of it. Because, don't just take your best player. As much as I would love to keep Mike Evans, there's just no value in keeping Mike Evans.
And I will tell the guys of our league, if you're still listening, which you're probably not, first of all, click, subscribe, do all that stuff, send it to people. We would love you for it. But like, I have been keeping up with this for, Lord, I looked up the other day, it was like forever ago. So every year, I do my rankings of what is the most prolific scoring, and further down. For so many years, it was quarterback,
Yeah.
and then wide receiver, running back kind of changed. This year was wide receivers.
Yeah.
It was wide receivers, quarterbacks, running backs. So you just and if you're number one, you don't want to pick the third position.
Yeah.
You
But at the same time, like positional scarcity. I've always said, and there have been a few years that this wasn't true, but most years it has been true. It's so much easier to find a wide receiver.
It is.
There are so many, to your point, like wide receivers score the most because there's just so many of them that, like, how many? Jerry Jeudy had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
It's just not hard to find a 1,000-yard receiver. I always go back to my first year in this league back in 2013-14 when, like, I always think about, like, I had Mike Evans and Josh Gordon, but do you know who I picked up on the waiver wire that year on the way to my second place finish as a rookie? Brian Quick and Martavius Bryant. Do you remember these guys?
Steelers, and Brian Quick was a Brown?
Ram.
Ram. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, St. Louis Ram, by the way. And those guys were great for me. But it was just, and they were never great again, but it's so much easier just to find guys who will be good at wide receiver than other positions. And so that's why, like, quarterback, if you don't get your quarterback, you're screwed.
Oh, absolutely. But there are so many quarterbacks this year that are going to, and when I say so many, I'm talking about from like 5 to probably 18.
Yeah.
It's a big crap show. I mean, you're shooting a dart.
Yeah. So there's just a lot to consider when you're making your rankings. Yeah. And again, I'll give the spiel I gave last year as far as how I will always approach every draft. You have, assuming this is a 12-person league, as ours is, I will have my top 60 players ranked across all positions.
Straight
They're all
down.
just in one there, straight down, and I'm going off that list until the top 60 are gone. I don't care about what position, like, I've already got a running back,
Yeah.
so I'm going to, nope. If the next one is also a running back, I'm taking another running back. I'm following the board. I'm letting people fall to me.
He's
I'm
not going to do it.
I do it every year.
Not going to do it.
No, I believe in this strategy. I would be lost without it. After those top 60 is where I move to the tiers of okay, I have a tier of running backs, a tier of wide receiver, a tier of tight end, and I'll look at positional need to decide which of those groups I go to, as long as they're all on the same tier.
All right, so let's do this real quick. Allen's team, number 1, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Kelce, Dak Prescott, Zay Flowers, DK Metcalf, Aaron Jones, let's see, Ladd McConkey in the 10th.
That's the keeper. It's going to be Ladd, probably.
In the 10th?
I think so.
All right.
Unless there's a diamond in the rough later on, but I think it's got to be Ladd.
Yeah, that's about it. Tied, Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, Jordan Love, James Cook, DJ Moore, Tajay Spears, Caleb Williams in the 7th.
That could be.
That is gonna be it.
And DJ Moore maybe, or Caleb, one of the two.
I think it's Caleb. James. We know James. I'm not even gonna read his.
He's got Bucky. Yeah.
As a right end. Foley. Let's see. I'm just gonna look down.
We've already established. Like
Allen's
May I traded for, but it's Bowers or May.
It's gotta be Bowers.
I've got Chuba. I've got Tyrone Tracy's options, but it's Bowers or May for me, and I'm leaning Bowers.
All right, Evans is Mahomes, Burrows, Debo, Mixon, Pittman, Roma Dunze in the 9th. Penix.
Yeah, I think I would
14.
go Penix. I would go Penix. He said he's doing Burrow. I think I would take Penix if I were him. I would keep Penix.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's better value.
All right, Chris, Breece Hall, AR, Olave, Jaden Daniels, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
5th, fourth round.
Keep AR. Please, Chris.
Or what about Justin Fields in the 11th?
Ooh, that's tempting. I would probably keep Jaden.
I think Jaden's the player right there.
But I would be tempted by Fields.
All right, Matt, CD, Barkley, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, George Kittle way down there, Brian Thomas Jr. In the 13th.
There you go.
That's it. Let's see. That would be Joe, C.J. Stroud, Colin Williams, Malik Neighbors in the
Baker.
4th. 5, 6, Baker in the 7th.
He's going to keep Baker, and that's probably the right move.
What about Ken Walker? 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 5th.
Positional value, I'd keep Baker.
Okay. Garland, St. Brown, Gibbs, Laporta, Etienne, Zamir White, Rashee Rice, Deshaun Watson.
So sad.
Cook. What Scary Terry is low? Oh, he's got to be Bo Nix.
Okay, yeah.
Bo Nix in the 10th.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of quarterback keepers, which makes me sad.
I know, me too. Let's see. Tony, Lamar, Puka. He's got to do A-Chain in the 4th.
Maybe. That's not a huge value.
Stephon Diggs in the 6th.
Yeah.
T. Higgins in the 8th.
Maybe.
That's it.
Maybe. I don't feel great about any of these for what you're keeping them for. That doesn't. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Tony.
Here we come to me. Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, Brock Purdy, Josh Jacobs, Dale Ayuk, Chase Brown in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th round. Man. Yeah. Shakir in the 10th. I still think it's Chase.
I wouldn't hate you keeping Chase.
Brown looks really good though. And Jaquita, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, T. Law, Drake London in the 4th.
Oh.
I think that's a. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th JSN.
I was thinking she had JSN. Yeah, I can see that.
I think that's the way you got to go. Although, man, I tell you what, and this is going to sound crazy. Zach Charbonneau
As a flyer
in the 15th.
Yeah. I don't know. That's probably about where he'll go this year.
Yeah, probably right.
JSN's the guy. Build your board and stick to it. That's the number one thing.
Be happy with what you get.
Sure. Okay. Okay, Dad.
Anyway.
We will see you Sunday, and who knows? Maybe we'll have a live episode of the podcast.
I have thought about that.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
Oh.
All right. See you guys later.
Hopefully next time I'll be bragging about my roster.
No. See you guys later. See you later.